Hello everybody and welcome to this week's first handwriting video, and very exciting one because this time we are going to start joining letters. Okay, so this is where we connect one letter to another. Okay, instead of taking your pen or pencil off the paper each time you write a letter, you just do letters in a kind of flow. Okay, so the first important thing to remember is the joining only works if you're forming the letters correctly. Okay, that means starting from the right place and ending in the right place. If you're not forming your letters like that, it then becomes a million times harder to join. Okay, so when we join letters, there are kind of two main types of joins to look out for. Okay, you've got diagonal joins, which are like that, okay, going from the bottom to the top, and you've got horizontal joins, okay, where letters join straight across. All right, so for examples of these, let's have a look at a diagonal one. This would be something like A to L. Okay, you do the letter A, and then when you get to the bottom, you do a diagonal line up and then down like that. Okay, so you can see there's a diagonal line in between. Horizontal would be the letter O to O, for instance. Okay, you're going from the top of this letter to the top of this letter, and when you do two O's, it looks a bit like a pair of glasses. Okay, so you've got diagonal lines and you've got horizontal lines, and those lines join. Okay, and it's always worth knowing which kind of join we're doing. Are we doing bottom to top, or are we just going across? All right, so did not mean to do that. There we go, let's get rid of this. Okay, so our first joining that we're going to do is from the letter A, okay? And in fact, I just showed you what the join was. We're going to do A to L and A to T, and they're very, very similar joins, all right? So, first of all, the letter A, what do you think? Is it sky, grass, or soil? It is grass, okay? So A just sits in the grass, like this. And then the letter L is a letter which goes right the way to the top of the sky and down to the grass, okay? So that's what A looks like, that's what L looks like, okay? Let's look at joining them, all right? So if I do letter A, I go round the apple, down the leaf. Now when I get to that bottom, when I'm doing the leaf bit, I then do a diagonal line right up to the top of the sky, then back down to the grass like that, okay? And can you see it now looks like this, okay? So the little tail at the end of the A goes right the way up, diagonal line, then you go up to the top of the L, down to the bottom, and do the little loop, okay? So I do it on these normal lines. We do letter A, round the apple, down the leaf, up the leaf, to the top, down to the bottom, okay? Now, where we can sometimes go wrong with joining, in fact, there are two common errors we can make with this, okay? One, I'm going to start that again, that wasn't very good. One is to do the line far too long, okay? Does not need to be that long. Remember, this is going to be one word, okay? Say we're writing the word also, which starts with AL. Now, if you did it like that, that looks silly, doesn't it? Okay, it doesn't look right. All right, so don't make the joins too long. They shouldn't be that long, okay? But equally, you don't want to bunch the letters too close together, which looks a bit like this. So A, all right? Then they're just sort of merging into one. There's not really a join. You should see a nice little diagonal join from the A to the L. So, A, diagonal join up to the top, L. A, diagonal join up to the top, L. Okay, so I would like you to have a practice of joining A into L. Okay, remember, do the A down to the leaf, and it's from the leaf that you do the diagonal join. To practice that, I recommend that you hit pause now. Okay, so hopefully you've practiced doing A into L. Next is going to be A into T. Okay, so we already know that A is a nice ordinary grass letter. T, can you remember there's something a bit interesting about the letter T? Okay, so the letter T goes into the sky, but it's not as tall as the letter L, okay? So it's more like this, and then that cross at the end, okay? So, for this one, it's exactly the same thing. It's just when we go into the T, we're not going to go quite so high up, okay? So you would do A, diagonal line, up into the T, but not all the way to the top, down to the bottom, and then you do take your pencil off of this one to go back and cross the T, okay? Just like that, all right? So, on normal lines, we do A, round the apple, down the leaf, do that diagonal line, then up, down, pencil off, across for the T, okay? Remember, we don't want the join too long, but we don't want the letters too close together. Take a pause now so you can practice that. Okay. We are going to practice some words, that have those letter joins in. So first up, let's have a go at mat. Mat. We would spell that M-A-T. And which letters can we join there? The A and the T. So mat, we would do, let's do a different colour, M. Then we're going to do A joining into T. So A, diagonal line up, down to the bottom, and across. Okay, there we go. Mat, looks quite good. Have a go at that one, please. Okay, so next up we are going to do the word bat, okay? First letter of bat is of course B. B though, which kind of letter is it? Sky, grass or soil? It's a sky letter, starting from the top, so bat. You do the B, down the boot to the heel, over the toes like that. And then what are we going to do now? We're going to join the A to the T, okay? So A, diagonal line up to the top, bottom, and across like that, okay? And we have a nice bat, okay? So have a go at that, remembering to make that B nice and big and to make sure your A is joined into the T. Okay, next up we're going to do the word ball. Ball. Okay, so ball, again, it's B, and then A, L, and then another L. Well done if you knew that, okay? So, for this one, we do B. Then we're going to do A into the L. So remember that diagonal line from the leaf, up to the top, down to the bottom. And in fact, for two L's, you just go back to the top again, and then down like that, okay? So we've actually joined there three letters, A into L into L, okay? I'll just show you the A into L bit. So A into L we've already done. That diagonal line up to the top and down to the bottom, and up to the top and down to the bottom. Okay, we kind of do a nice, it's like a really big U in a way. All right. Okay, so have a go at the word ball. Off you go. Okay, finally we're going to do the word walk. Okay, walk is spelled W-A-L-K. Well done if you knew that. Okay, so W-A-L-K. First of all, which letters in the word walk do you think we can join? It is the A and the L. Okay, so for walk, do W, down the worm, up the worm, down the worm, up the worm. A, round the apple, down the leaf. Then we loop to the top for the L, down to the bottom, and then we're going to do the K on its own like this. Okay, so have a go at the word walk. Off you go. Okay, so that brings me to the end of today's handwriting session. Okay, and our first ever attempt at joining up. Don't worry if you found it a bit tricky, because the more we do this, the better you're going to get at it. Okay, so feel free to watch back, practice any letters, words again. But well done. We'd love to see some of your lovely joined up handwriting, your first attempts at this. So please do send us messages on Dojo or add to your child's portfolio. And I will see you next time.